I remember the story I told it last week of when I was in eastern Montana. I was in a town called Harlem, Montana. And Harlem, Montana was not a major metropolitan center. In fact, it wasn't much of anything. But in fact, the rectory was so small you couldn't even stay there overnight with the pastor. And so he had arranged for me to stay with this farm family about 6 miles outside town. And the family was very nice and very good. And I was given a room in a separate trailer outside the main house where 2 of the older boys also had their rooms. And so there was a bath and a room and everything there, and very nice, and the boys took care of me. We had pizza and pop and stuff, and went to bed about 10 o'clock. Well, anyway, right before I went to bed, Brian, the oldest, knocked on the door and said, "You know, Bishop, tonight we're probably going to have calves. So if you'd like to come out to the barn to see us having calves, would you like to do it?" And so I politely said, "Well, why don't you knock gently on the door and let me know if it's happening?" So Brian said, "Fine." About 2 in the morning, to ask a 16-year-old kid to knock gently on the door is to give you some idea of the great quake in the San Andreas Fault. Anyway, Brian pounded on the door, got me up, and I went out to the barn. It was February. I'll never forget. But anyway, I went out to the barn, and there's this calving going on. And again, I remember this so vividly. I was watching this calving taking place, and I guess I was turning white because I had never seen it before. And I still remember Brian turning to me and saying, "Bishop, ain't you ever seen calving before?" And all I remember saying to Brian was, "They don't do this in downtown Chicago."